The program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Today na Wednesday, December 27, 2023, where they bring come this edition of the program Good Morning Salone come to you. My name na Leone Kabia.
And Mina Theodore Arena, good morning. Inside the program this morning, the Director for Communication Affairs at the National Minerals Agency, Ibrahim Sati Kamara, don't say the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources don't pay 1 billion old loans to over 54 chiefdom in the country where they do mining activity in Salone. The Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohamed Rahman Suarez, say one thing the way ministry achieve now for say they improve the labour workforce in the country. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk to the Research and Extension Officer, Naslari Lansanasti say we go talk about the new Slari technology and innovation back on farmers.
Well, this and another story and inside the program. Plus, members say they listen to we live from www.radiodemocracy.sl and say they listen we live from Radio Salone 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba District. Same way so on Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Colon 10 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaun, Vopa Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando na Kono District and Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0. The program na Good Morning Salone. You self get the opportunity for be part of the program by way how you go send a text message to the number 077 981 981, or you can go down Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop your comments there. Earlier on, as we read our headlines to read them, we say we go talk to the Research and Extension Officer and Slai Lansana Sise. We go talk about Slai new technology and innovation pack where they don't get for farmers them and self get for can talk about the work of Slai. Well, for that, I want to welcome with studio guest Wina Lansana Sise. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Thank you very much.
Okay, continue for the with we. Well, inside the program, they start to look at issues them. From 1988 to now, about 25 years, we Action Aid Salone start for work na Salone, and over the past year, this organization done they do plenty things for promote women and other people in the country. As 2023, and the executive director for Action Aid Salone, for the basis say one of the main challenge them for 2023. Now we civil society group them not they see one side we make in call on them for work as one and all government accountable. For the basis explain more to a reporter Usman Kamara inside this interview.
We're looking at 2023 now, a lot of challenges, but amidst those challenges, we also record a lot of successes in 2023. First, I look at them from programming perspective. We're able to support and mobilize a lot of women, a lot of partners them for push and support the enactment of the Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Law. We a landmark law. This country, a step forward for address the inequalities the women they not face in this country. The second bit get for do to work with again women, because we don't even mobilize a lot of women there at the community through what we call the village savings and loan. We get over 3,000 women in over 100 communities them we participate in this process, and we don't enhance access to income for the women there for solve their own problems and also their family their own problems there. And we don't able to transform those VSLA groups, using we own participatory methodologies and organization for ensure say that space where the woman and the meet for talk about money business. They're not the only focus on money. They only use this space now for advocate and talk on issues for them political, economic, and social empowerment. And we also don't able to support our women's groups, them young people and at the community, work with them for ensure say they're able first to understand issues for the sexual and gender-based violence, how to prevent them, but also how young people and women in the community are able to resist and challenge issues that we for the gender-based violence in the communities. We also work on governance and access to gender-responsive public services. We don't enhance access to education for many picking them. Inside 2023 Leone, we able to do over 3 schools them. Now, 3 districts them, what would they operate? So that really don't enhance access to education. And we also support initiatives that would contribute to quality, like the training of teachers, and also how we support the structure at the community level for able meaningfully participate in education process, but also holding, the school authorities there to account for delivery of quality education in communities. So we also don't support actions around strengthening civil society capacity. We don't support through a project we call Adolescent Girls Project, where we implement Abua and Western area. We're able to bring over 200 picking who don't go out of school, we bring them back into mainstream formal education. Now we also support them. We not only take them to school, we provide them the relevant materials, uniforms, and the rest of it. One big one I want to mention is around we role in the elections process. We know we had a very tough, contested elections at Sierra Leone, but we worked with a lot of partners. The key one is around we partner under promoting, peace in the electoral process. We work with 19.1, CB on Center for Coordination of Youth Activities for ensuring we work with young people. And now then district of action in the operate 7 districts to mobilize over 1,500 young people. These are just like the few normal way I go on for highlights.
All right. So as you don't mention a lot of success stories inside 2023, but from the start where you begin, you mentioned say despite success in between you must get challenges. So take we to wait now like some of the challenges where the institution don't go through inside 2023.
Well, the challenges are plenty, but I just want to highlight a few no more where I think say one for address. One, the funding. Of course, the funding is a challenge. The second one is around, access to public service delivery in Aden community. Then it's still a challenge. So the extent that for some community, then the only support they don't ever see is support from an NGO. Like an NGO don't build water well, an NGO don't build school. So because of that, they create that dependency on NGOs. Instead of communities that will become organized and begin demand and ask the council or the MP, or work go to local council to say, hey, we need this water, we need this service. So that's something that a big challenge we really need to work around. I think for me, one I need to mention the division within the civil society space, and if quite visible, and we feel say if civil society continue for divide, yes, we are diverse. That's the good thing of civil society in diversity. Where there is a big division in the civil society space, it will become challenging for us to get that voice and credibility, for demand and hold duty bearers into account. So these are some of the really challenges that I just want to mention.
All right. You don't mention success and challenges, and we just get some days them into 2024. So tell people now where they listen you with now like some of the plans then where action it get as we fastly approach 2024.
So first of all, one big thing we want to highlight going to 2024, the current strategy we get, we call them enhancing people's action for social justice. It don't end. This year it end on the 31st. And sometime this year, we commence the process of developing a new country strategy. And that strategy day has been approved by our Action in General Assembly. So starting January, we'll get a new strategy with new priorities that will work. And we call the strategy Transformative Action for Inclusive and Resilient Communities. What we want for push going forward is around transformation in the work we do. Whatever for public service delivery. What's at the transformation? In the area of education, we want to see transformation now. We want to see in the area of governance 3 priority areas looking at.
Back to life. From there on.
Well, in the executive director for Action Aid Salone for the Bassi Soiree, where they talk to a reporter Usman Kamara inside that interview day, as in say one challenge we then get for the year 2023. Now we civil society group them not see one side, where this making be call on them for work together as one so that they be able for all governments accountable. The program they continue.
Well, inside the studio now, we go take another issue inside the program this morning. Inside this year, Salone Agricultural Research Institute SLARI been starts for develop one technology and innovative park na Kumrabai village, Mafoke chiefdom na Putloko district. With this, according to the research and extension officer na SLARI, Lansanasi say this park go increase agricultural productivity. We go help President Bio succeed in feed Salone project. Lansanasi say talk this in Sawan Waka we then go do for Sika this technology and innovative park. It talk more to Radio Democracy Master and Swari inside this interview.
This park now, one of the most important things the way Larry don't do. Because for quite a time, people say research is just there on the shelf. Now we don't pull all on the shelf. President say we feed the nation. And so they can't showcase, they can't tell people that what will be done develop. And for say then here, then they let it come for them. So that they would have been they produce 1 ton per hectare, 2 ton per hectare. It will change it to 9 or 10 tons per hectare. Like this cassava, now 30 tons per hectare. Like that slicker 6. You get 40 tons per hectare. So these are material that this way farmer they need. So now that make we can plant the naya. But you know, anything else I begin. The Food System Resilience Program through CORAF, now they give you support for him to do this work.
So which impact will this technology and innovative Pakia Sugar for create?
After 6 months of display, we will begin see the effects on yields na farmers feel. And we will begin see the effects on feeding the nation. So the greatest impact is that agricultural productivity in this country will increase through slurry. These technologies where slurry they generate and the best agronomic practices where they show farmer and follower, mother and call for feed this country. It will be ma.
All right, so which are some of the things the way on a plant na this park?
Yes, we get the root and tuber crop sector na they with NAPSO. We say root and tuber crops. Now then crops the way they go inside ground. Now they the roots are pull for it. So like then cassava, like then potato, now root and tuber crops them.
In name na Lansana Sise and we they talk to Master Soiree for sake at the parkway they don't make, or Larry don't make.
Well, the program Good Morning Salone, they can so you remember say they listen live from New Englandville studio. And so if you get the opportunity to be part of the program, by where you can send a text message to the number 077 981 981. Well, the Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute government be formed through an act of parliament inside 2007. We want the mandates now for implement policy and strategy them of Salone government. And nobody pass here then slide on the CC, they don't support farmers them that different. Now the different districts them now the country and self don't they give them package for improve them farming productivity and so for no more body work of sly and save the package we then get for farmers them when it is the new technology. Now for sake of that make we get Lance and Assise inside the program. Good morning once again.
Yeah, good morning.
So over the past year them sly don't they do plenty work them for farmers them and all. So for listeners them out there, Sly, waiting are some of the mandates and the work we Sly don't they do by the past year in the country.
Yeah, for start with the Act when we passed in 2007 for usher in Slurry, because initially we get what we call National Agricultural Research Coordinating Council. And under this council we get only 2 research institutions. Then at the Rice Research Station, we now have the Recupero Agricultural Research Center, and the Institute of Agricultural Research, we call Njala Agricultural Research Center. These have been the 2 research institutions within under the NAC, National Agricultural Research Coordinating Council.
When government pass an act and usher in slurry, under slurry, we get several research centers. And these research centers, each of them get their own mandates. The Njala Agricultural Research Center get a mandate for research and develop root and tuber crops and the grain legumes. Then we get the Recupero Agricultural Research Center. This is the oldest center we don't begin from 1934. Of course, I get the mandate for develop the cereals, the grain cereals. This include rice, sorghum, corn. So this center now in charge, now mandates that one day. Then we get the Horticultural Research Center. This one in base na Kabbalah. In the responsible for develop technologies then in vegetables. Then we get the Kenema Forestry and Tree Crop Research Center. This one in the Kenema, it cover the whole of Kailang, the whole of Kenema. It developed tree crop seedlings and forest trees. This that their own mandates. Then we get the Teko Livestock Research Center in base na Bombali inside Makeni. Of course, then they deal with the animals. All right. All the research centers there, they get their own mandates, and each of these centers, they work for develop technologies that we can improve on farmers' their yields and farmers' their productivity. Slurry don't develop plenty technologies. Even at the Technology and Innovation Park, we get over 31 technologies we don't display in that park there. Well, they research and develop technologies. We want for meet the farmers they need. We want for take the farmers from point A to point B. In other words, we want for bringing change. If farmer then they produce then crop, then they get low yields, we the research on crops, we go can give them higher yields. And we develop technologies also in the livestock sector so that we go improve on the animal health and animal production. All right. And in the we all know say the staple food in this country now rice. And so a lot of research that they go on now slurry on rice and other cereals. For quite some time, people that be done they grow corn. But the one great corn we all man sabi now western yellow. This time round, slurry poised for ensure a change. And so we don't bring in new maize varieties. Then varieties are all we display there in the park. We do this for let people then change, which they don't get for more than 20 years or even more than 30 years.
So more we talk about the different research center we don't talk about within a different side in the district. How then they able for work together for CC, they able for do research, we're able for benefit farmers them.
Yeah, we get the umbrella body with slurry. Now they coordinate all the activities of the different research centers there. The one in Akenema, the one they serve na Magbosi, where they work on land and water. Then the one in Ajala, the one in Arukupul, Kabala, even Makeni, they're all day under the slurry body. The slurry body, now the overall body where they monitor and direct the activities of all of their centers there. Like I say, every center gets a own mandate. And in the past, every year, when they meet once, we call that meeting the annual work program review. Now, yeah, every center, they can present what a plan for do in the course of the year. How many technologies they go on for generate? How many technologies they go on for develop? Inside this work program review, now there we can review every center in activity. You present what we see say will be feasible. The slurry as overall body where they monitor these centers, they give approval. But what's not feasible for those, slurry go say no, this center not do this for this year, but now this you go undertake. So all of the activities are coordinated. We get different departments in every center. We get some center they concern more with soils. Like Ikana Magbosi, they deal with land and water resources. Then concern more with the soils. You can na Kenema, they concern more with tree crops, cacao, coffee, etc. Even oil palm, banana, orange, all of these they under their own mandates. And all of them were every year then they review the activities before they undertake research. The interesting part now, the fact say research now the way they take long. You know, just can't inside 1 year, you say I don't find out now this. No. So they go do a 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, so they 5 years. Some research activities they go on take 8 years before you conclude. You say this it fits and it good for farmers. Because you test them all over the country. All right. Then we get the Jala Agriculture Research Center. Of course, all the cassava that we see around this country. Now that center get the mandate for develop different varieties where we will meet the farmers and taste. In most cases, the materials where Jala Agriculture Research Center they develop on cassava now for industrial use and for domestic consumption. And for most people, then prefer boiled soft, they host and eat. So the research center, they also develop materials for meet that demand. But now we want research for put money into people's pockets. And so they develop materials for the industries, process cassava into gari, process cassava into high quality cassava flour. And cassava now one of the crops where you get over 1,000 uses. And so it helps farmers a lot. The other one are yam. Yam na this country, we dey see people they go na bush and they pull wild yam, they root and they can't eat. It's pitiful, it's sorrowful. So now that make slurry they develop different varieties of yam. Many times some people they come, una get that Lagos yam. So now we don't even introduce this type of yam in Sierra Leone so that we will meet people and taste. If you can recoup, I mean, if you look at the great legumes, yeah, now the side way we talk about the beans there, all right, then granite. People they suffer. Many times then they say me granite not do well. Some they say are not able even pull the one plant. So now we they research and develop new granite varieties. If you go to the technology park, you will see granite variety where na new one where we call Slinot 2. Then the second variety we slowly down pull and introduce into this country. A very high yielding and now granite variety where be say then disease what we call rosette disease not they affect her. A tolerant and a resistant to this particular disease. And so it will grow well. And na granite type way it be say, even if the place dry, rain no come, once you don't plant, you don't establish, it will continue for grow. We say a drought tolerant variety.
Okay, with all what you don't explain, so what's are the role of slurry in the feed salon project, as you don't make mention of different plants away slurry don't they do?
Yes, the big drive now and the big work where slurry gets now for turn things round and answer the president in call. At the moment, we don't display the technology and innovation pack. Inside this pack, we don't pull all the way people been they say we they put on the shelf. We display inside this pack so that farmers all over the world, the country, anyone will pass along that route, starting from Bere Junction, Lonsar, Bombali, Kono, Kwenadugu, Falaba, Karine, and even Chonkolili, go able to see what we don't showcase, and we then look forward to them for continue for come and request for their materials then they. Because we get materials with very high yielding, then they produce a lot. Like some cassava varieties, then they produce over 40 tons per hectare. Most of the varieties, none know the way they produce less than 30 tons per hectare. So when farmers then get their material also, then plant, then they get better yield, and then they get money, and then they get food. And so for feed this country, now proper seed the farmers they need. And we slurry, now with responsibility for provide this proper seed. We get the breeder seeds, we get the foundation seeds, and this now they give to seed growers when they go able to produce certified seeds. And once this is thorough, farmers then production will be very rewarding. But when farmer gets seed, where sometimes the yield now just 1 ton, some they say now 0.5 tons per hectare, now poverty that farmer did in, and the country not be able to get food for feed this nation. But once the country get the correct materials, now that make we call on farmers for come up to slurry and make requests from slurry. Now they right for ask for material we will improve on their productivity, and slurry they generate them materials. We only need farmers for be aware and let them know who side them will come for their material. Now that make in addition to that pack, we also want to establish another pack along the Mashaka Kailang axis, and we will do another pack along the Rubere and Cambia.
Okay,
so
we go kind to the different side. Also, wanna go make another pack. Yeah. Now that wanna make this.
In many cases, some mango gets the technology, but in no sabi how for user. For sabi for user na one, forget her na one. Once you lay hands on the technology and you know how for user, it will maximize your productivity. Additionally, we not only there on production. Production are only one segment of the value chain. We get for introduce food processing. Most of the produce from then technology also, we they process them and get them ready for the supermarket. We dey train farmers, we dey train other people for process then technologies, then produce there. Like for instance, at the moment, the orange flesh sweet potato, then they process her into bread. It is all over McKinney. And this bread is wonderful. And the potato itself is wonderful because it get the precursor for provide vitamin A for the mortal man in body. And so some of the technologies will they generate, not for yields alone, but also for help the human man, the human body, the mortal man in your body. Anyone you eat, again we go build the body and you go get well body and you go grow well, you go be healthy. So some of like even the cassava variety, in the past, they say any cassava with a yellow tuber. But now they generate technologies on cassava where they carry yellow tuber, the flesh is yellow. That means it gets special yam, where would they say protein. All right. Some man go say, cassava alter na carbohydrates, mean attire with carbohydrate. No, this time we get varieties where they provide zinc, we get varieties where they provide even iron. All right. So having said that, we only need farmers for come and access these materials. And for create access, now that make with the display now the various parks them. We get forget processing facilities. We get for train, it will be a hub, a kind of hub. We say people then will come, we train them and then go back and implement. We say we go process and pump them into the supermarkets. We already they secure the equipment for the park for able to undertake these various processing activities.
Okay, continue for the between the program. In name na Lansana Sise, in the research and extension officer na Sly, where they had to talk about Sly and work and save them begin for talk about the Sly new technology and innovation park where they don't pull nado for farmers them. The program they continue after this break. We'll come back, it will continue for say we more how this park they work. The Director for Community Affairs at the National Mineral Agency, Ibrahim Sati Kamara, don't say the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources don't pay 1 billion loans to over 54 chiefdom them na the country where they do mining activity them. Ibrahim Sati Kamara talk this way the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources go pay the Diamond Area Community Development Fund to different chiefdom them who side and do mining activity them na the country. Well, we report Amangi Mansaye gets more and go now report.
The Diamond Area Community Development Fund na couple where government can give na different area them where they do mining activities them for make community able do development projects them where go help the area them, and this Diamond Area Community Development Fund then can give to the community them according to the mining license them where then get na the area. And this Diamond Area Community Development Fund they only happen for artisanal miners them. We make the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and the National Mineral Agency don't go pay them couple there na different part na the country. Umaru Napoleon Kuruma, na the Deputy Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, talk more about this worker where they go to na different area them, where they do mining activities them.
For the money we will accrue, we will accrue between 2020, 21, and 22. And that money we don't come pay to 57 chiefdoms and now they go for pay to 57 right across the country. We the RTDO they and Abo, we can pay to the districts and Abo. I would say they do diamond mining activities and when Abo, Bontmo and Bapujong. In Kenima today we pay for Kenima and Kailang. The Kono, the Minister of Local Government, they go for pay to diamond mining activities and Kono. In the north as well, other things for go pay to the northern districts and outside they do diamond mining activity.
Umaru Napoleon Kuma continues to say the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources don't develop guidelines them where them communities they are for use for develop them different projects them.
We don't give them guidelines and select and develop projects and then when they receive so they go start to them project then they use them when they implement their project then they. So year in our will calculate them when we give them and they go continue for go towards them project. But basically the incentive for let them go back again to their communities and ensure say illicit mining they happen there. If they meet anybody to do illicit mining, that the responsibility for make sure say that person they push them and they report down to the agency or the Ministry of Mine for law make sure say that person they acquire the license, we'll go for monitor them and able for get that percentage for whatever they get when they come back for campaign. The 1% government be talk about that now for a completely different thing. That now for the large scale mining activities and that they involved in large scale mining. Government be say therefore give back again 1% of their total export for community development. This purely to the company now for artisanal mining activity, and it's in diamond. Probably we need to expand again to other minerals.
Ibrahim Sati Kamara, na the Director of Communications and Community Affairs na the National Mineral Agency, talk about the couple where they go pay na different part na the country who said they do mining activities them.
Today we can pay right across the country a total of 9.1 billion old loans, we na 9.1 million old loans, and this money will they pay to chiefdoms them who said they do diamond mining. They pay them under the Diamond Area Community Development Fund. The Diamond Area Community Development Fund, or DACDF as they can call them, the money where government they give back to chiefdoms them who side in the man diamond as way for share and the benefits where government they get from the diamond or the communal chiefdoms then. So today we pay chiefdoms then at Kono, chiefdoms then at Bombali, chiefdoms then at Kenema, chiefdoms then at Pujeun, chiefdoms then at Moyamba, chiefdoms then at Bo, all the different chiefdoms then Musa mine they take place.
Ibrahim Sati Kamara continue say the couple would then give to them different mining communities they are go help address the thing them where they lack na them community.
Well, basically, na for let them help for address things that we lack in the community. If people go remember back after the war, people they say the mineral resources in this country, Italy can cost. They even they say where you go to decide the way well actually they come outside and say and they didn't mind their money. And so old they go see so pits them that they go meet them. Not in order for sure saying they had the diamond they come out. That make in 2001 government make out this initiative. We been say for the money where they pay to government for diamond export, part of them for go back to them communities and they. So they go use them for develop them communities and they. And we where they supervise this thing, we don't tell them. Now development projects where they go see tangible things them. If for example, una no get better schools them, una go build school, clinics them, community centers them, water well there for help for provide clean drinking water for people.
After where them people they are been done receive the I've been talked to them about the couple where they receive and which project then go use them couple they are for.
Yeah, I'm in Regent Chief and Smanagba of Falawando Chiefdom. The great expectation have come to reality. We've been done to expect this thing say if we can, but it's been a push behind. As God may have it, the government through in hard work and through effort, it been get for extend and to we.
Okay, so how much are the money I see?
Me chiefdom, I received 206,920.70 cents. Well, I'm not going to tell you now what to do with them because the day of planning is quite different from the day of battle. At the wait, I go and sit down with me people then and the chiefdom clerk. We plan them.
I'm our Paramount Chief James Sheriff Koka Jajua, the 6th General Chiefdom Kalang District. I feel so excited, although this is a long-term awaited something where the demand fit for good with this money today. This money don't take, we'll be the wait for that.
So how much money I see?
We receive about 98,111,000.
Then people that end up as your government say, then go use the couple for the rights purpose. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansai, the report.
The program is still a listen to our Good Morning Salone and it come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We'll go take another issue inside the program this morning. The Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohamed Rahman Swari, say one pan the thing them way ministry achieve and for say they improve the labour workforce in the country as they may able for reduce the way and manner how workmen then they can strike at different workplace them. Mohamed Rahman Swari talk more inside this interview to Radio Democracy at the Jackson.
Well, so we're supposed for do manpower planning, we're supposed for induce job creation, we're supposed for look after occupational health and safety, we're supposed for ensure peaceful industrial relations, we're supposed for also ensure social safety and security for employees then, amongst others. Yeah.
Let's look at some of the key activity plans that we will now undertake this year, 2023.
Yeah, so, I come in August. So we don't come in, we don't try for enact regulations there because my predecessor, we don't do the labor employment law, they don't do various law then. But then law then by themselves, they will implement then the regulations then they give effect to the law. So we don't do that then, we don't get certificates, we don't lead in the parliament, they don't go through the 21 days, so we don't get them now. I don't come in, I don't meet boku industrial and labor relations issues then, we don't solve them because now work in progress. For example, we get some big issues, Standard Bank, when they don't work together, Standard Bank and the people that retainer them, we are almost there. All sides don't show a lot of goodwill. That's almost resolved. But who other establishments that we don't visit them and get issues and they don't solve them? Another one. I don't also travel. I don't visit other countries there. Na Qatar, for example, for talk about labor migration to the state of Qatar. I just come on Saudi for talk about the same thing, create more opportunities for Sierra Leoneans there, and for look for capacity building opportunity for our team. So a lot of things are happening. Right now, we now do a lot of consultations there with the social partners, employers federation, labor congress, and the various work sectors there. We don't review the work permit fees there for various categories of people there. And so we don't do a lot in this short time, right?
Industrial regulation issues and something we don't come on. Also, I command them don't they strike because of the way and manner how they treat them at their places of work. From your perspective, are you able to assess the industrial regulation in terms of the workman them? You think say you don't try for see that you improve the labor force or labor?
Yeah, I mean industrial relations issues then they are also common at the other country and then say get them. All country then get their own, but we get quite serious issues than I are. Nanandi make I don't want to sit down in the office. Let them can't tell me that this is happen yonder because what in the one I know nothing will tell me. So me say the goodie. I'm not the only hearing. I'm not the only read report. I they talk to the staff and the SSF. Then they share with me and together with the device ways that any side will visit, for example, the issues that what the car will come. We discuss our management will agree concrete roadmap, clear timelines. We then go remedy them violations and so we don't do that one day and we do follow up visits them for make sure say the issues and they will be raised, the non-corrector, right? So the other approach is any cell we don't go, we also make sure say we get a half a day workshop with them because we don't bring out all the key issues there in all the labor laws that we Salone get, whether na occupational health and safety, whether na labor migration, whether na employment act, whatever it is, we don't bring them key provisions there. So now any side we visit, we also they get a half a day workshop with them, with the management and with the staff there. So all man will be able to understand their rights, their responsibilities, and privileges there.
So any improvement on take place now?
Oh, definitely a lot of improvements. Now I can assure you. And this is work in progress, so they continue that. The idea is one for visits each and every place we get 100 people and more employed. Yes.
So as for the land of this interview, what will be a message to Sierra Leoneans?
Well, first I want to wish all Sierra Leoneans a very prosperous new year. And I ask for every Sierra Leonean in support, particularly for Sierra Leoneans we they work in various capacities in our companies in our industry. Now they get for be honest with we not get a magic one for no say they don't bring in an expert. Now Sierra Leoneans then go tell we will able to work by tip off. Now they make we get for work with the media very closely. I know say the media has like boku issues ranging from minimum wage payment, all of them things and they are the middle slash and then sector then they follow we will talk about them. Because if we want for whole other people then to account, we say for be accountable, right? We say for expect the law then. So we are coming and I hope say we go able to resolve the issues there amicably. But we are ready to go full length for make sure that the Sierra Leonean workers, right, then get the just rewards.
Mohamed Raman Swarina in name and in the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, but they talk to Radio Democracy, Adeyemi Jackson, but the thing that we may able to achieve inside this year. The program is still a listen to now. Good morning, Salone, and in the come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM.
Well, inside the program, we still get with the research and extension officer, Naslai Lance and Assise, where they have to talk about Slide, they work and save the new technology and innovation park, we Slide introduce for farmers them. And so, Mr. Assise, so we talk about what prompts Slide for introduce this new technology apart from the one them we will not be on the gates.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. And you just say many times people they say they don't know what is Larry they do. And so we believe say we for communicate this time to them. And the park na a way, one way where they communicate to the farmers for make we create the awareness and for make the young for can take then technology and go plant.
And the productivity level in terms of rice and other food crops, it'll go down. And so, but the new technologies we don't generate, people not aware about them. And so we decide for can display. Rice varieties and then away they yield more than 4 tons per hectare. But some people still they hold on to rice variety we don't take more than 20 years. We not pure again. We don't even fall in potential for yield, don't drop, but they still continue to use them. All the things they make food, no they do in this country. And so now we want for response to the president in call. And we decide, say, if we display them technologies here, people they are aware about them, then go come for them. And that now one main reason why we say, law we can out, slurry for car out now, and communicate to the people, create the awareness, let productivity change.
So apart from this, so we look now this pack here, waiting at the package, waiting they now the same thing we get for see for rice, corn and all that varieties them.
Yeah, in the pack, like what I initially talk, now we introduce and create the awareness also about the value chain.
Okay.
And in the value chain, production now one of the first segments. Now that make we plant. And like I've been telling now earlier, inside the pack, we get 31 technologies we don't display. And then technologies there, not just a few. We get many more. You go there, you not go see anything like livestock. You go there, you not go see forestry materials. You go there, you not go see yam. All of those will come back and will come on board. We go display all of them in the second year. But what we get there at the moment, we get granite varieties, we drought tolerant and resistant to rosette virus. Then one and then they can make farmer then they fail completely. The yields then low. So now we don't get this variety, we get better yield, where they produce better. And we get cowpea where we call sleepy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we don't produce in this country. But in the pack, we display Sleepy 5 and Sleepy 2. And you will also see in the pack, we intercrop best agronomic practices, how for plants, teach people how for plants. And when if we introduce this crop in the intercrop, we do granite also, we intercrop with cassava, the Sleepy 2 and 5, we intercrop with cassava. We also get the vegetable because the Horticultural Research Center, Nakabala, also bring in materials, can display na the park. And the park, it get materials from the various research centers where they operate under Slurry. For sure, this country say all the research centers, then they at work. You dey see okra, very low in height, but highly producing. And we intercrop them with watermelon. The technique here, the watermelon where they plant are now 1.5 meters apart. So you see say they waste beaucoup space. So why waste that space? Only for let get work for the pool grass. So we introduce the second crop when okra. When the watermelon they crawl, they conserve moisture because they cover the soil surface. And that moisture where they conserve, the okra need them. Now that make you go there now, even though under the hot burning sun, you know they see the okra, they scorch, you know they burn, you know they dry up, all the intact. And we do what we call climate smart agricultural practices. We want farmers to foresee this global warming where they happen now, it affects with farmer there. And how they go adapt them farming for able meet up and produce food where go feed them and give them money as well. Now that make we display all of their technologies and like the orange flesh sweet potato, we been start with 3, but we don't cross the first released variety when Matutu with the Chipka and Kafulira. Now we don't get 2, 3 different new varieties. So in all, we talk about 6 orange flesh sweet potato varieties. All of these we display them at the park. The wonderful beans, what they call the miracle beans, when a soya bean, you take soya bean, 100% of them.
Okay, Mr. Sise, we'll come back to you. We can talk about the pack. Now on a time, follow we take break.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others dey follow. And just with your mobile phone, you go transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call
98.1 FM. We still get with the research and extension officer Naslari when Lansana say they also for talk about Slari they work and same way so then technology pack where they introduce. Back to you, Mr. Sise. You made a talk about the varieties of crops them. Now we will look at the varieties them way una get for do. I wanna go get for take them to farmers them we get for do the work.
Yeah, we already don't start. We invite communities of farmers. Then they come into the park. We take their round. We show them how we plant and how for plant and all the crops, then duration, how long it will take in a field. Now this some they begin express interest. Me, I want this, and we make sure say we provide them for them. We not they provide huge quantities, but mini kits where you go take, you go begin for multiply. Then we also get a field day, and we propose second week in January. In this field day, we want to draw close to 300 people on that farm, talk to them that day about the farm and the technologies we don't display and the best agronomic practices. After that, we will harvest some of the crops that we did and let them go start for let them get seed, real seed.
So how this go get for help farmers them?
Yes, like I tell you now, farmer in problem in agriculture, seed now one of the priorities. If you get correct seed, then you get them right. But if you get the wrong seed, then you don't get them all wrong. Some time ago, this country imports seeds from Burkina Faso. We not know their passport data, they not send them to research, we not check them, they pump and direct inside during the it was not COVID, but at the Ebola time. This material can farmers then take them, waiting for day in a swamp, then they plant upland. Waiting for day upland, then they plant in a swamp. They fail. Then can the ministry they ask farmer for payback, they say una can look, what una give. So now that make what they say research very important. What we they do, they serve the farmers most. And when the farmers they liaise with we, they know they fail in their farming activities. Remember, which kind of loss go reach that? You go plant which you not sabi. The way come out bad, now big loss. So now that make what they take time, we're very systematic. First we establish, we produce, people they can see, then we get for enter into the value chain. How you go make sure say this crop where you don't plant, it will be something fit for it. And I tell you like I've been talk about the soybean. Now one of the crops we don't count in this country, but the adoption level for me I can say is low. Now because the knowledge not there. All right. So this time we hope for teach now the pack. We hope for train now the pack. How you go process this crop into something where you go package well and you can even take them for the supermarket. We're not going to only do and there, but we'll train farmers then there so that then we'll go out with them and practice. So man will get a business. You will take them as a business. Now that may you see we even get what we call sorghum, new sorghum variety. You know they tall, but you go they low, like we talk about that okra, where people they plant okra, pass it banana before you pick them. But this now pass it butu before you pick them. So we get different crop varieties. Farmers they stand for benefits a lot. And Slary determined this time round for make sure say president in word, not for donor grown, but rather become a reality.
Okay, Mr. Sise, who say this technology back here so don't work? And what are some of the results?
In the past, we get what we call demonstration plots. These demonstration plots, that they will be the bring people. But sometimes you go there, now one or two technologies you will see. All right? If they come from 91, after I don't pass 91, you go towards Tayama. By Bailago, you will also see another field where Slary don't open up. We contain several materials. You will see cassava, you will see potato, you will see corn, you will see cowpea. All of these, they serve the farmers in this country. Now through this, then they make a call. I go want this, farmers and they call. Now, where they don't aware, where they don't begin, they aware, but the crops are within at the field. then they begin for call now. How I go get this? And what we intend for do, we get for do massive multiplication. And with the hope for get support from the Food System Resilience Program, we will enable we for multiply massively so that we will move from giving out mini kits, but rather we will give bigger packages to farmers for start better production.
And Mr. C, you explain what's the package we slide get with the inside this innovation pack. And you explain how you get from like for work the implementation process now one challenge. So in all this, waiting farmer and slide don't do together with farmers them for say always you don't implement so they go na the field for plants then different varieties there. Waiting explain now waiting people in the scene at the field.
Yeah, like we colleagues now Rukupo and unlike all other centers, for every material, at times we involve the farmers in the generation of the technology. We get what we call participatory varietal selection. The technologies will not they confirm them, plus we get group of farmers for work with we in the field. Now so we introduce them to them small. And many a time when they come, we give them, then they go plant. But we follow up for see which of the varieties they still retain. The one where they retain now would they take say this now the one where they need, and would they come back now the center, multiply them in a larger scale and distribute them to farmers. We also work a lot with NGOs. Then they partner with we. For instance, we collaborate with Helen Keller International for develop the orange flesh sweet potato. This potato now one way get the precursor for vitamin A, and I tell you now say now one way they produce bread from. All right, people they say cassava bread, but we they say orange flesh sweet potato bread. Did they make them? I mean, a composite recipe. Recipe. You know, we nutritionists there. Slary gets all categories of specialists. Where you go on for talk about the nutritionists and Slary, they develop recipes for most of the crops where we they grow, and these recipes now we they talk to farmers about. Now we talk to processors about where then they use for transform then crops here into different products.
And my colleague be asked you decide maybe you explain more decide way una get on a side or a display for good testing technology there, and according to another work with farmers them. Now we're talking about the willingness of farmers them in receiving this new technology pack we wanna get for them. How the commitment, how they don't show them.
Yes, like for me, I stay in Bombali, and my office day inside the Ministry of Agriculture in Bombali. I did it because now they are the interface with the farmers. Every day, farmers they come to my office, they explain their problems, and I tell them reasons for their problems, and I show them solution. As for say, slurry na the solution, and the technologies. Like for instance, somebody can say plant about 100 hectares of rice. The yield we get, pleasing. The first question I ask him, whose variety use? He say, well, now one variety where I go buy and I can't plant. Now the problem starts. Why you not been come to slurry? And so now they are getting it right. They know say if they visit Rukupo Agricultural Research Center, if now guess they want plant, then they get the best seed. If na cassava they want produce, then visit Jala Agricultural Research Center. Then no say they will get the best. If na vegetables they want grow, then visit the Horticulture Research Center na Kwenadugu. Then no say they will get the correct seeds. And so this is how what they are doing now, and this is what we are encouraging them to do. Some they can at the park. Then like recently I interact with one Reverend Father, we na principal for Morado Secondary School. He said they take the whole school. The senior school, they bring them at the farm for let they can see true agriculture. All right, agricultural practices, improve agricultural practices, and new crop varieties for introduce them to the land. So in self they ask. He looks on cassava. After I explain, he say, "Oh, this variety now I want," and we make sure say we provide them for them.
So in all this, what are some of the challenges like they get for put together the innovation there?
Yes, the challenge them, the major one, na funding. But of course, I know will be justice to myself if I not say this. we dey operate under very serious constraints. But now because we get love for this country and we desire, which we president don't talk, enough for on our ground. Now think na call we all for take. And so we determine for work. But we need funding, we need collaboration, we need partnership so that the aim what we get for feed this nation, we want for provide correct planting materials for farmers all over the country. We not even want limit am to who side we dey now. We want go all side, but now money go enable we constrain. The human resource, e dey. Yes, of course, we been get a brain drain. Brain drain because we get some scientists that we don't go train, they don't get a PhD, then can the conditions of service not be encouraging. But we thank God for His Excellency. He don't approve an act where we come for improve on the conditions of service. We only dey pray and beg, say this act where His Excellency don't sign, don't endorse for we, make it bear fruit now.
Okay, continue for the the program. In name na Lansana Sise, in the research and extension officer na Slye, where they had talk about the new Slye Technology and Innovation Park, where they don't introduce for farmers them. Inside the program now, na time for we take a break.
8.1 FM, we take another issue inside the program this morning. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Parker, say since he take up office as minister, he go make sure say government don't add pande couple where then can give to the ministry as from 3% to 10%, and Sef say the ministry go start to implement some panditin them where then at the feed salon agenda inside 2023. He talked this in our interview to Radio Democracy for sake of the thing the way the ministry achieve and Sef what a plan for do inside 2024.
We don't do plenty in them. I'll just highlight some of the key successes that we don't do. I think I'm very proud of my team, now the Ministry of Agriculture, where we sit down, we say, we did develop with strategy in-house, we get consultants, we did one with SF, and we do one fine one, beautiful, we develop with website, feedsalone.gov.sl. I think in a beautiful document, you get all the right thing in there, where they really show the direction of travel with Feed Salone Day. I think that's a big milestone for we, and at the Ministry of Agriculture, people then really sit down, spend time. I asked them to say the month of August now be strategy month, then commit, and we produce a document to get a website today. The other major success now, we don't go about for raise money for say for do agriculture you need baku money. Government they put money, donor they put money, private sector they put money. We negotiate very hard and engage Ministry of Finance, the parity them baku. We push very hard for get this year for get up to 10%. We not get about 7.something%, which is good for Feed Salone. We've seen a big jump from 3% to 7%. So that's very important. It set the stage for back the policy document with money with the support them. We also passed two critical important cabinet papers. Then one, we engage all the rice importers and we say, we know saying a rice business on depa. We go continue for depa and rice business, but we want for transition from importers to exporters. So we want more to participate. And we engage them, we get them feedback, and we pass that policy in a cabinet. That back that big deal. 2024, the opposite done now very hard for Konande, how would they implement it. The other one back, the one way government for the past 5 years, maybe up to $150 million where they buy rest for their institution that we government they support, schools, military, police, all and places and they will take na cabinet say start in 2024, about 20% of that amount for be local. Then they big, then they immediately don't create a demand pool for people that way say, oh, the police and get for fence side for get this 20%, the military, the schools. Then that demand we don't create. Now so we try to encourage people that and create incentive for them involved in the business of Feed Salone. We don't raise Boko money. I just come out Dakar not too long ago. For women, we also get women and youth as a pillar now with Feed Salone strategy. We raised about 2.4 million just for women. And women own or operated businesses within the rice value chain. Then we get matching grants up to 210 businesses. I think that's a big deal. We are in the process now in the pipeline for develop grants from ISDB for cassava value chain.
So Mr. You don't highlight some of the key successes then, but some of them successes they also you must along the way don't they encounter challenges them. What's in during the time where they try for achieve some of the key things there? So what now some of the challenges them where you encounter for see that the feed salon and agriculture sector grown as the country?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think some challenges in there. I think we kind of new ministry with the president in flagship program. One particularly way there's a lot of skepticism. People not actually believe. Just know somebody tell me, "But this year we don't start with green revolution. We don't come with agenda for prosperity. Kabai no China they sleep. Now we get feature. How is so then a constant thing within at the back of my mind and I wonder what thing we don't do, what thing we put in place, and what thing we don't identify we be wrong or what we not get right and what they do differently. And we don't highlight some of them. We emphasize the private sector. We try for change the structural of the economy or structural factor, meaning the roads, the infrastructure, energy, for make sure if you produce, you go bring to market. And they concentrate in a few hubs for do this resting. So if you say for change people in mind, get for take for demonstrate. So mindset for let people then believe and come along, it's a major challenge, right? Yes, I challenge the people in the Ministry of Agriculture for letting help, but capacity is an issue. Capacity is an issue there. Some not to all my help, but my team. So we all get the glory, but we really need for beef up some of the capacity. So in that regard, what I do, I engage IFAD, Gate Foundation, generate and get for GUI. They don't GUI approve funding for about 10 people that can help we to delivery team. We go support for 3 years when our expats and local people them, so that we go ready really properly for do this. I think money for do, even though government they approve money for do the entire for we actually forget the money for do sometimes just because the collection, revenue collection, not the money not they then go say yes to the give, but we go there. These are all some of the issues then. But we get a big task ahead. We need for even within challenges and they plot a path forward for make sure say we show people say we're able indeed we serious.
The program is still listening to on Good Morning Salone. Adeyemi Jackson, I name and they talk to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Parker, inside our interview.
Well, the program, they continue inside the program, we continue to look at more issues then. The Director General for the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, Musa Yerobai, don't say, by March 2023, then go welcome Ethiopian Airline. We go begin gain from Salone, and that's go help people for travel for go other country them. In talk this for sake of the success stories them where them be get. Musa Yerobai explain more to a reporter Theodore Arena inside this interview.
So the Civil Aviation Authority is the regulatory body for the entire aviation activities where they go on in the country. We are the appropriate authority, the recognized body where the international civil aviation community they deal with for execute aviation-related activities in our country. So we role really now for provide oversight over what's they happen at the airport, see how we go develop with aviation space by encouraging new players, and for make sure really the standards and the regulations of the industry, we uphold them in Salone and we use that day for really encourage more activity and development at the sector.
Now, may we talk about the different thing that we don't put in place as you just take up office?
In this short time, I think we don't make some fundamental gains. We don't really try for engage with the airline, particularly this peak period for later introduce bigger carriers as part of them fleet. And we don't succeed, with Turkish Airlines and Air Morocco for introduce bigger carriers. We go give the passenger the more comfort and we're able to come with the load where the passengers and they can with. So we're not going to get too much of this issue of left baggage, even though it's still a challenge, but I think we don't make some really good gains in that area there. We don't also try for establish a consumer protection unit. We go there for work alongside the airlines then for resolve the issues then where passengers then go to get, for make sure passengers then rights then protected and that the airline then comply with their own responsibility towards the passengers, which I think say well welcomed. And a lot of things day on where they look forward in March 2024 for Welcome Ethiopia Airlines, which could be a big gain for the state. While we do a lot of things like working with existing airlines to open up the connectivity. We're also happy for announce that ASCAI now we get a better connectivity to America. You can go from Ascai to Lome and to Washington Dulles, or Ascai, Lome and Newark, which is a new route where we push during this past few months. So now some of the gains then, Dandy.
You don't talk about plenty thing that we una don't put in place, like for make big flights go come na Salone. But one main thing where people then don't they complain but now the tax. They say the Freetown International Airport in tax too much than other airports. What do you get for say about that?
We have been take office, we really engaged with the airlines for put a hold on the planned increases in tax, because we've been wanting to really get to the bottom of the issues and try to understand what's really not the problem behind this. I think so we really made for understand that tax now really, yes, now issue and an important issue where we need to look at and see how best we go address them. But in the bigger picture, now only one fraction of what they contributes to ticket costs. We understand, say, insurance cost, airports them, and airlines then get their own way of developing their base fares, which really, as a government, we not get any direct influence over down there, their own internal mechanisms. So in all of that, I think, say, some gains them will be made in terms of the tax area for long-term solutions. But waiting we don't learn in this process is that if we really want ticket price for Salone for Kandong, we need for increase the competition. We get more airlines than they come. And then the natural rules of supply and demand go kick in, where we will see the actual benefits to the tickets.
So as a new Director General, how you done the work for CC that happen for make bigger or plenty flights in Kana Salone? As you make mention, say that could help for reduce the tax.
One of the fundamental things actually now for make sure that we uphold the standards where the industry they call for. The more and more you they comply to the safety and the security regulations we recognize worldwide, now the more and more you they get the interest of the major carriers where they really follow the strict compliance requirements. So that's one area where really I don't pay a lot of attention to while I come into office. I should say when I go to see as well, we don't get some travel there where I don't get for do in this short time. Particularly the just concluded ICANN in Saudi. It was really an interactive program where we're able to engage directly with member states and airlines for sell we country opportunity. And I'm happy for reports as well. From that engagement, they will be able to sign few air service agreements, Ethiopia being one, and also with Saudi, where we're able for leverage now on those existing airlines for those countries and see how we're going to encourage them to come.
Okay, now Matt, take you from there. Now that you don't take up office, all anything you don't put in place, there must be challenges. No look inside the challenges then where will our institution they go for?
Every institution get challenged, and at the moment they try for really develop a strong administrative system where the institution itself will get a strong foundation for work on. Civil aviation relies a lot on technical expertise, where at the moment we still struggle for build up the capacity of the institution on a technical side. So I think, say, for we, that it will be one of the main challenges. And I think, say, as well, the industry is a very fluid one. And making sure you get sustainable projects, sustainable activities, then we will make sure not only they attract investment for the country, but they actually build the capacity of the institution itself. Just want to use this opportunity to say a happy Christmas and happy holiday and prosperous New Year to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and His Excellency the Vice President, and Her Excellency the First Lady, and all cabinet ministers and the entire population of Sierra Leone.
Well, the Director General for the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, Musa Yerobari, but they talked to a reporter Theodore Arena inside an interview day. As he said, by March 2024, then go welcome Ethiopia Airline, we go be big gain for Salone, and that's go help people for travel go other country them. The program they continue well inside the program now. Not time follow we take break.
Do you receive money from the US and UK? Well,